Yeah, you better pat me down and pray for peace before you let us in. My jettison is full of carnivores and lettuce men. You pushing positive, then we can be the best of friends.
He tucked that ball away, lowered his head, and boom, end zone.
Doors like a Trojan horse. No remorse, I make lore fact like college course. Making seconds to records, the textures you could never touch the circle I roll and you overstepped your effort. I'm the shepherd of leopards, I'll pull you back together. You fall apart, I'll build it back but better. I'm a scoundrel with my pen works adventures. My punchlines are too raw for glass jars and dentures. You think you've seen madness? Well, I am the center. I'm only happy in the summer. The winter. Watch out now. Come heavy water. Inside out. Not going under. Oh, oh, oh. Not gonna let you go. Oh, oh, oh. Pay what you owe. Watch out now. Come heavy water.
Damn, my mistake. It's damn, namaste. And Dalai Lama, cause I'm searching for better days. Tijuana, I'm cutting through this with my switchblade to katanas, cause I've learned something from years of head hunting. If I got something to say, then I'ma say something. A glutton for all these beatings and fighting for what I'm loving. If the whole world's throwing up spikes, I keep on trucking, yeah. I ain't got time for y'all to get your heads right. I'll find some rope and you can go and hang tight. It's getting dark as midnight. This beat swinging so hard.
Tonight, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the Houston Texans taking on the Chicago Bears.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And leading them out is their fifth-year quarterback.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning. He's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody on his team.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers for him from a week ago: 9 carries, 87 yards.
And that's just not enough carries for a running back to get loose and really feel like he's into the game, because they have to have enough volume to establish a rhythm, not just for themselves, but also to get in sync with their offensive line so they can read the blocks properly and they can execute them. I expect him to get a minimum of 15 carries in this game, and the optimum number would be 20 plus.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
On 2nd down, Swift. He is out of bounds inside the 35. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. This rushing attack sure looks pretty effective here on this opening drive.
Yeah, they're finding gaps with very little problem right now. If this is going to consistently be this way throughout the game, there's going to be some adjustments made on the defensive side of the ball.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It fights him off. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Back to throw. Fisher. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. Looking to throw. Fisher feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Christian Harris there finding his way home to record the sack. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fisher. A leap and he's got it. Cole Kmet high in the air to bring it in. And the Bears will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it. And he'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with a first down. Throwing to start the drive. Fisher. A little short pass. This is Everett. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll get this to the longtime Charger. It's Keenan Allen. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. The Bears at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to take care of business in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little extra confidence with them when they head out on the road.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift, and he's got it to about the 40.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Swift. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. It'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, trying to take that lead and hit her? Throwing to start the drive. Fisher, and he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
And Kmet had a solid season a year ago in which he set a new career high in receiving with over 700 yards on the year. A big-bodied weapon who creates a lot of problems for the defense.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The final shot before break. Fisher, he's got a man. It's his fullback. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports. Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the 3rd quarter here. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Now a 3rd and 6. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Fisher. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Off-play action. Fisher. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches,
throwing on first down. Fisher. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. On third down, here comes Swift. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the first down yardage. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. Fisher. Open man is Komet, the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. They run out of the gun with Swift. Able to push his way through. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7. Leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Fisher. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. On 1st and 10, Fisher. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
so many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. On first down, Fisher. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Off play action. Fisher steps away to his left. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking for Allen, he's got him on the slant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 87 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. First down, and they go with Swift again. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
the fourth quarter. You know you got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Swift going to try up the middle. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Once again, it's Swift. And he is going to have the Bears first. And that should be the capper. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now a give right side Swift.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here's a handoff to Swift. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down.
And that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. He needed 2. He only got 1. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. Well, this is one of those games where if you win it, it feels extra special. But to lose a close one like this, Charles, remember where they didn't score any points in the second half. That has to sting a bit more.
Absolutely, and I really think that they're going to spend so much time poring over this game film, trying to figure out where their calls went wrong, how they didn't execute on certain plays. They were so close. Yeah, this one's going to linger for a little while as they try and diagnose this loss.
So for the Bears, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Houston, good night, everybody.
Tripping off grades and just be making up different reasons for my nieces. From my day I pick enough to keep it up, but ain't no thing straight, cause ain't no reason for this money to say like what you want, what you want. I got Jesus giving money, what you want. I've been sitting and pitching this for a reason to cry. So I'ma say I love you, but keep a look on my eye. Cause I can never really want you unless it's money or prize. So when I say I really love you, boy, just know it's a lie. Like I ain't mean it, I ain't mean it. I just need another reason for a sequence. Another bag, another season, another description, another feeling. Boy, God, I gave him a lot, but I keep.
Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Okay, now drop your bag, sass. I've been here from the start. A little snapback, homie, with a plug in his heart. Took these Billy Trump cards and now they rip me apart. Now they run around in circles like them kids in the park. Now I'm afraid of the dark. There ain't no monster inside. I pray to Jesus Christ, homie, they just keep me alive. Why you keep it 53? Cause I've been wrestling with pride. I try to keep it like I'm Texas, got the South on my side. Girl, you know I'm a saint, so why you giving me hell? My uncle back up on the block and now they begging for bail. He always calling me for paper cause he know I'm the trail. Now I'm eating my McDonald's, I was fresh out of jail. Now I'm made it out of chump, at least I know I'm up. Boy, thump, like my neighbor's jumper up a pump. Boy, I bump in that Billy Strong, he ain't know he ain't thump. He just grabbed the pump and made it go dumb. Got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun.
I'm an airboy, baby, I'm too fly to count. Counting the cash, yeah, it's too high to count. I've been dealing with a fake, yeah, they too fake to doubt. Acting like they are what they not for their clout. They just suckin' my blood, they can love what you count. Flowing like water.
Today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Running is Swift. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 112 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Off the play fake. Fisher. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility.
And the ball is knocked out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third,
They lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Fisher, and that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win.
The Bears offense ready to get going again. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Throwing to start the drive. Fisher. That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Fisher. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Fisher. Quick slant complete to Keenan Allen. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. They'll look to throw again. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete right side to Kmet. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 13-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They go play action here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Fisher. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. The DeForest Buckner using those big hands and getting in there and bringing him down for the sack. Look to throw on 3rd and goal. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. The Chicago offense set to get started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive.
Clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Looking to throw. Fisher. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
A throw over the middle, taken in. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. From the gun on 3rd down. Fisher. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. That'll go as a pickup of 8. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. That complete. It's Tyler Scott with it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Back to throw. Fisher over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Call that a very strong gain of 24. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And again back to Kmet. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
Let's see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Throwing again. Fisher. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. On 3rd down, Fisher able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Off play action. Fisher. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
To throw on 3rd down. Fisher. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to... Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. Throwing on 1st down. Fisher. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 2nd and 10. Back now in Indianapolis. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down. Looking to throw. Fisher. Caught by Allen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Back to throw. Fisher. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. On 1st and 10, Fisher. And he'll find Everett there, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Looking to throw. Fisher. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Fisher. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, Fisher. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. On the give, this is their fullback. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Kari Blossingame, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. They'll look to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked his special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there, though.
Obviously, it's not the volume in what you get done. It's the quality, and that was a quality catch right there.
And, oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fisher. And that almost their first INT of the ballgame. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. And Allen's got it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. approach in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for Chicago, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Indy.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Yeah. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Most feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got it, but shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now. Don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, get before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall in the shack now. Still push a button and let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All my hot girls yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the dope boys yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front the back gate yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
It's a kid with other southern rapper hooded than this. I got rich and I'm still in a hooligan clique. You be rapping by I'm moving the bricks. Talk about now we're doing it quick. You in the face, you gon' be suing me quick. If I catch another case, I know it truly be missed. So I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I cop the chromed out, hard top career with a shine. I got some time, they ain't I get better with time. Who got a flow and a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All my hot girls yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the dope boys yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front the back gate yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. You wanna beef with the king? What is you gon' do? When you show up on the scene with a 2, Drew on you and your friend and play a little 2 on 2. If you do half of what I do, you'll be hitting the deck. I gotta get some respect. I'ma make it hard for another sucker to flex. Show 'em this ain't the squad or a sucker to test. Pimp, my too large and we way too fresh. Work well with and quick to check a lane like a game of chess. You wanna be better, bring your best. Cause we be standing in your front yard yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All my hot girls yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the dope boys yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front the back gate yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front yard yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All my hot girls yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the dope boys yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front the back gate yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a look here at their signal caller, the fifth-year quarterback. first carry for DeAndre Swift. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Looking to throw. Fisher. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Really an excellent run. Sidestepping tacklers on his way to a pickup of 8. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and a couple. He's going to try and do this himself. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper. The Bears hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's the first carry for Khalil Herbert. They give the tackle to Quentin Lake. You talk about this Rams defense. And they come into play number 12 in the NFL against the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he's going to use his legs here. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Fisher. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass. He'll try to forget what happened on the previous drive. He threw that interception. Sigh of relief, though. It didn't lead to anything, just the punt. Now they've got the football back here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. To throw again. Fisher. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Fisher. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Byron Young, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. To throw on 2nd down. Fisher. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Onto the field now come the Bears. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Fisher. Throwing middle, and it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Fisher to the right side, and he's got more, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. In motion right comes Allen. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Fisher. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll run here with Swift. Able to fight through one tackle. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Off the play fake. Fisher. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
On 3rd down, Fisher. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th. The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. Throwing to start the drive. Fisher. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Ran the perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Fisher. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. To throw on 3rd down. Fisher. That is caught. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 40. His His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. That throw into the arms of Allen. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a first down. Operating from the gun. Fisher. And a dangerous throw there. Incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. I'm glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. Third quarter here. 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the lead here in this third quarter. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Operating from the gun. Fisher finding Moore on the out route for the completion. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back to throw. Fisher. And that is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll get this complete to the rookie from Washington. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 35. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Operating from the gun, Fisher. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 more yards there and another first down. Looking to throw. Fisher. That's to Moore, and he's got it. Touchdown Bears. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bears answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown on the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
So here are the Bears Bears to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. On first down, Fisher. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Back to the air on second down. Fisher. And that's out to the flat for Swift. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Back to throw. Fisher. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. So now the Bears down 21-17, 26 seconds to go. They'll look to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for LA, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Soldier Field.